If you followed my videos for the last couple of years where I documented my experience with using SSKI, loosely following a protocol for sporotrichosis using SSKI, a saturated solution of potassium iodide, and you'll know that it's been about 5 months since I introduced you to the Morgellons Direct SSKI kit. The idea here is that the initial kit, you buy that, mix about 2.3 ounces by weight of SSKI, and you loosely follow the sporotrichosis protocol of starting with 5 drops 3 times a day and increasing up to 20 drops 3 times per day, in that range. As I've documented before, the amount of SSKI described in the medical documents is way too high, and it'll make you very sick, like it did in the videos where I documented my experience. And if the initial kit works for you, then you buy the refill kit. And this is in effect a full run of SSKI to deal with the Morgellons condition. And it should take about 6 months. The idea is not to, well, I've got to take all of this SSKI as fast as I can and then I'm going to be okay. The idea is a lot like an antibiotic, where your system just stays saturated with it over a period of time. And in my experience, it took about 6 months. So we're coming up on the 6-month point, and so now I'm a terrible salesman and I'm telling you it's time to quit using the product. If you've been through this amount of SSKI in 6 months, then it's time to stop and allow your body to heal. In my experience, the Morgellons condition is internal, it's in the lymph system, and all of these lesions, they come from the inside. And so you need to just allow yourself time to heal. The lesions are not going to go away, in my experience, while you're still using the SSKI in the high quantities. It's just not possible, because they're such deep wounds, and they're old wounds, so they're basically healed open, and it's going to take a long time for the body to heal from that kind of a wound. From the start of taking SSKI, I didn't really consider myself absolutely well until approximately 2 years later. And I'm an extreme case, in my opinion. I was in the initial breakout around the year 2000 in the Seattle area. And I'm great these days. In fact, I'm probably not even recognizable compared to other videos I've done. And I've got to be honest with you, I'm not very comfortable in front of the camera right now. I'm just some other guy now. It's all very strange, but I'm very happy to have my health back. And I think it's important at this time, to share the understanding that this is basically a full kit. The initial kit's $39.95 on Amazon and at the website, and then the refills are $49.95 for 4 packets. So you're getting a lot of SSKI, the top quality possible, in fact. You know it is because you're mixing it yourself. It's labeled in compliance with the FDA, so you know exactly what you're getting, that it's a certified USP product, and you know there's nothing in it but that, because you mix it yourself. It's important, after you've done the KI, to take care of your general health. I found that electrolytes were really imbalanced in my own body, and I was taking Pedialyte. I felt like that was important. And during the healing of the lesions, there is a secondary infection, again, in my experience. It's a topical fungal infection. We've all known it as the callus. All these years it grows the little spikes. And we're working really hard to get this turmeric cream onto the market. There's been several setbacks on that. But it addresses that callus pretty effectively. Turmeric's a fantastic antifungal. I helped to develop a really good product for affecting it, and used it on myself. In fact, that's how I know it works, and that's why I'm telling you about it. And I just wanted to touch base with you about how this all ends. You've taken the SSKI at those dosages for 4, 5, 6 months, whatever you feel is right for you, and then you have to recognize that it's time to stop. And I know a lot of us have done surgeries or procedures, on these lesions, removing things and whatever. And it's important to recognize to stop doing that also, and allow your body to heal. Removing that stuff, and granted you still have to do some of it, and you'll notice that your body's pushing it out and it'll create lumps, and you may have to lance something to lift out a fiber or an errant hair that your body simply can't absorb. But it's really, I can't impress on you enough how important it is to just stop working on them, because there is a secondary topical infection, and when you cut into yourself, you know, to remove or whatever, you're allowing it to spread. And so it's important to just stop, you know, after you've taken the SSKI, stop and start taking care of your general health. Morgellons, if you had the condition similar to mine, is basically over. And it's just a matter of staying patient. Treat topically. I'm going to get this turmeric cream available as soon as I can, and use other antifungals if you like, but I didn't have a lot of luck with what the doctors prescribed to me for impacting that topical fungus at all. This turmeric cream that I developed over the course of treating myself worked very well. I have sent some samples out to others that are my friends, and you know, through the course of all this, I've made a lot of friends that have the condition. They've had good results, so I feel very positive about making the cream available for everybody, and that it's going to be just fine. Anyway, something else I guess I should let you know is that we've got a Facebook group, a private Facebook group called Morgellons Direct, and a lot of people are in there discussing their experiences. I try to stay out of it because I do represent the product, and I don't want anybody to think I'm playing doctor. I don't advise anybody. I just have described my own experiences in this, and what we've basically done here is there's hundreds of new SSKI experts now that, you know, through their own experiences, and so I don't have to talk about it. There's other people doing the talking. Their own experiences speak for themselves, and well, I welcome you to join that group if you do have Morgellons, you know, similar to the condition that I showed in my video where I actually showed specimens and things. If that's the condition that you have, SSKI is effective. You know, there's a lot of other issues that are involved in the Morgellons community, and SSKI is probably not going to address those. And however, if you're dealing with the fibers and the unusual growths and things, I was successful with SSKI, and many others are too. I welcome you to join us at the Facebook group. I moderate it to just keep the tone positive, and you know, no UFO talk or anything like that, whatever. But anyway, this is a full run of SSKI. I felt like I needed to let that be known. Something you've accomplished in all of this, though, if you're someone that's done a full run of SSKI, is that you are iodine sufficient now. So you will likely be doing a drop or two per day forever, just because you're going to miss it, because it's such good stuff. And that's something else that we're discussing in the group, is iodine sufficiency, and you know, where to go from here. So anyway, I just wanted to welcome you to the group. If you'd like to join us, that's where really all the questions get answered, and not by me, but by just other people that are, you know, having the experience. And well, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon, hopefully in the group.